Well, the Palin endorsement came a day after Trump gave a speech at Jerry Falwell's Liberty University, where he quoted from 2 Corinthians. He's trying hard to pander to the evangelical vote. What do you think, Peter? Does he have a chance to win over those on the religious right, even though he doesn't have anywhere near the same credentials as someone like Huckabee or Santorum?
There's if you guys ever saw the movie, The First Airplane, there's a character in there that keeps interrupting himself and saying, this is a terrible day for me to quit sniffing glue. This is a terrible day for me to stop drinking. And that's exactly how I feel. I mean, we're really through the looking glass here, people. You've got Meghan McCain, who knows nothing about anything, now in the national news again. You've got Sarah Palin, who knows nothing about anything and is essentially sort of a walking piece of performance art, and she's back in the news. And then Donald Trump, who's just a general ass clown. The fact that Trump is at Liberty University begging for those votes just adds to the entertainment value of all this, but it's also terrifying. There was a survey taken soon after that where a number of people felt that somehow Martin Luther King had endorsed Donald Trump.
Because of the Jimmy Kimmel bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I don't know what to say. I mean, to say that Trump is going to have to share the evangelical vote with others, maybe. Maybe Trump will simply claim that he can walk on water and perform miracles and scoop up the whole evangelical vote. One of the things those guys like to do, and we'll see if Trump is actually clever enough. Huckabee is a master at this. A lot of hardcore evangelicals believe that we are in end of days. The end of time when Jesus will come back to earth and everyone will come back to life and whatever that says in the Bible. I don't recall all the details, but the world ends. And there's lots of clues in there, and if you go online and look at some of the evangelical websites, they're all full of speculation. I mean, anytime there's a fight in the Middle East, it's Gog and Agog, and the world is going to end. Huckabee drops funny little semi-veiled coded references to this kind of thing all the time. If Trump's people are smart enough to pick up on all this, he may start doing it too. And at that point, it's easy to imagine a large portion of the evangelical vote going there. Since Huckabee won't be the nominee, he can also gather that vote for himself and then throw his support to either Trump or Cruz as one of them becomes the nominee. It's the whole thing is just really, I hate to overuse the word insane, but it's insane.
It's a pretty apropos term, yeah. John,
yeah, go
ahead.
I was just going to say to the question about whether Trump can get evangelical support, there is one thing to sort of consider about the religious folk in general is that, as much as they love you, if you've been pious and with them from the beginning, they really love a convert. So, if you're Rick Santorum, you've been a good Catholic boy your whole life. Take a pic, get one topless picture sent to your cell phone, it leaks to the news, you are now a fraud forever. Donald Trump, you're out there, cutting people's heads off and whoring around, doing drugs, and all of a sudden you've come to the light and praise Jesus, and that could play. Like if he can't keep fucking up though with like saying that his favorite Bible verse is too personal instead of just coming out with them like they do, like it's bingo numbers. Peter's right. If he starts speaking their language, he'll be able to play it, but I honestly think he's too careless to put that much work in.
Well, at least he didn't pull a Sarah Palin and say that his favorite Bible verse is all of them. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Sarah Palin, I wanted to raise that point because Trump, knowing that he really doesn't know jack shit about the Bible or about these evangelical people, fine, he sends out his surrogates, and Sarah Palin is a perfect one. Despite her inbred family and their bizarre, illegal, or out-of-wedlock babies, she's still a favorite of the evangelical side. And so Trump can back off, let her speak for him, and or gather up someone else to do it, and then he doesn't have to learn any Bible verses. Someone else will speak on his behalf. We've seen that before, too.